Hi boys and girls, welcome to Jayde Story Time. Today we're going to read Little Owl. Little Owl lived in a nest in a tree at the edge of the wood. His brother and sister lived in the tree too, and Mummy Owl looked after them all. Every night Little Owl practiced flapping his wings. One day soon he would be able to fly on his own. But Mummy Owl said he had to be big and strong first. "Look at me, Mummy," said Little Owl as he flapped his wings very fast. "I'm a big owl now, aren't I?" "Yes, you are getting very big," said Mummy Owl, "but you're still not quite big enough to fly on your own. Not just yet." Little Owl's wings drooped. "Will it be soon?" he asked. "Very soon," said Mummy Owl. "Why don't we practice together now?" "Hello, Squirrel," said Little Owl. "Where have you been?"
"I've been exploring," said Squirrel, "all the way up to the top of the tree."
Little Owl bounced up and down on the branch. "That sounds like a good place for flying," he said.
"It's one of the best places for flying," said Mummy Owl.
"Follow me and I'll show you." Up and up they flew, higher than Little Owl had ever flown before. Then the two owls, one big and one small, looked at the setting sun. It was very beautiful, but Little Owl looked down and felt scared. The top of the tree was very, very high. "I think I'd like to go home now," he said. "Of course we can," said Mummy Owl. "You've been a very brave owl indeed." Back at the nest, a family of rabbits were playing beneath the old oak tree. "Hello," said Little Owl. "Where have you been?" "We've been playing in the meadow," said the biggest rabbit. "It's a very good place for jumping." Little Owl couldn't jump very well, but he thought he might like to see the meadow. "Can we practice flying there too?" he asked Mummy Owl. "Yes," she said. "Come on, Little Owl, follow me." Little Owl watched the rabbits playing. The meadow was a good place for jumping, but Little Owl wasn't sure if it was a good place for flying. It was too big, and there were no trees. He thought about the safe, wide branches of the big old oak. "Can we go home?" said Little Owl, flapping his wings in a quiet kind of way. Mummy Owl looked at her baby and saw that he was tired. "Of course we can," she said. On the way home, the two owls stopped for a rest. A deer was nibbling grass nearby. "Hello," said Little Owl. "Where have you been?"
"I've been running beside the river," he said. "It's the fastest thing in the whole forest."
"Faster than you?" said Little Owl. "Then it must be very fast indeed." "And beautiful too," said Mummy Owl. "Come, Little Owl, I'll show you." The river was very fast and very noisy. When they flew close to the water, Little Owl decided that the river wasn't a good place for flying either. The water was just too fast. He couldn't keep up, no matter how hard he flapped his wings. "Shall we go home now?" he said. "Of course," said Mummy Owl. "You've been very brave." But as Little Owl followed her home, he didn't feel like a very brave owl at all. At last they came back to the safe, warm nest. "Hello, Bat," said Little Owl. "Did you see me flying?"
"Yes," said Bat. "You were very good. Why don't we go and play races?"
Now Little Owl loved flying more than anything, but he began to worry. What if he felt scared? There were lots of places that were too high and too big and too fast for Little Owl. "But I can't go on my own," he said. "Can I, Mummy?" Mummy Owl looked at Little Owl. "I think that you're quite strong enough and brave enough," she said. "You're a big owl now." Little Owl puffed out his chest and flapped his wings as hard as he could. If Mummy said he could do it, then it must be true. Little Owl followed Bat through the trees, up and down and beneath all the branches. This is fun, Little Owl thought. After all, he wasn't really on his own. Not when Bat was there. But Bat was much faster than Little Owl and soon left him behind. Little Owl gasped. He was all on his own. He began to feel very frightened. But then he remembered what Mummy Owl had said. He was a big owl now, and that meant he was strong and brave. I can fly on my own, he thought proudly. Little Owl flew back to the nest. Look at me, Mummy, he said. I can fly all on my own. Of course you can, said Mummy Owl. I knew you could. Then she folded Little Owl in her wings and hugged him tight. You're big and strong, she said, and very, very brave. Please make sure to like and subscribe for more stories. I hope you enjoyed this book. Why not discuss with a parent or grown-up how this story made you feel? Join me next time when we read The Big Wide Mouth Frog on Jayde Storytime.